I have been meaning to talk about this and just make this video in general for quite some time. Ever since I got my PlayStation 5, I've been thinking about this video. Thinking about The Last of Us, thinking about The Last of Us 2, 4K, 60 FPS. We're making this video right now. So with that being said, the question is The Last of Us 2 worth it at 60 frames per second? Absolutely, it's a no-brainer. It's a complete game changer, and I say that because right now, we don't have any other options, right? There is no native 4K option where the image quality is cleaned up, 30 FPS with crazy ray tracing. There's no rumored, director's cut with all of that stuff and some added story elements. All of that stuff is rumors, conjecture at this point. So right now, this is all we have. It wouldn't surprise me if Naughty Dog was done with this game outside of like the multiplayer stuff that's still in the works. I don't think they're going to touch this game anymore from a story standpoint, but I would welcome it if you had some crazy, native 4K mode with all of the ray tracing and new bells and whistles turned on. I would love that. I'm already at the point where I'm like, playing this game 4K on my OLED, 60 frames per second. It changes everything. Like playing this game on the right TV, 60 frames per second, it really changes how you feel about some of these games. I say this not so much for the people that, play games like The Last of Us just for the story. They don't care if the gameplay's good or it's 30 FPS and there's drops to 22 or any of that. They don't care about 60 frames per second. They just want to play because they enjoy the story. This isn't for those people. It's for those people that do like the gameplay in The Last of Us. When it does have gameplay segments, everything changes, right? The combat with the melee changes. The combat with the guns absolutely everything just feels smoother and more refined at 60 frames per second. And you can't deny that. Here recently, I've been playing a lot of older PlayStation 4 titles because some of them may have a native 4K image or something like an upscaled 4K image, and they had like an unlocked frame rate, and the PlayStation 5 murders those games because of the age of those games and just the superior hardware of the PlayStation 5, so it's been really nice. The Last of Us 2 is one of those games. Now, on the other side of that, it did actually receive a 60 FPS patch, so those with a PlayStation 5 could play it at 60 FPS, where some of those other games I was talking about, they already had an unlocked frame rate. The Last of Us 2 was locked at 30 FPS on the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. So it's a game changer, no doubt. I think moving forward, outside of maybe one or two more videos, you're going to see me upload more 4K videos at 60 FPS. I know some of you like that. That's probably really good news for some of you. You're like, man, why the hell is Icy uploading at 30 FPS? Well, usually, in my case, I don't know about some of you other content creators, but usually when I upload at 30 FPS, YouTube tends to process my videos a little bit faster. So while I've been playing a lot of these games at 4K 60 FPS, I'm usually recording at 4K 30 FPS just based on that alone. But yeah, absolutely, I'm a little late with this, but Last of Us 2 at 60 FPS is a game changer. You have to play it. If you haven't played this game, just in general, 30 FPS, 60 FPS, it is one of the better PlayStation games that I played last generation. It is not my favorite. It is far from my favorite, but it's probably somewhere in the top 10, top 15, visually somewhere in the top 5, top 10. It's that good. It really is that good. From a visual standpoint, it's pretty damn good. So you just take one of the most visually impressive games on a console ever at 60 FPS, I just feel like that's a can't miss experience. Even simple stuff like cutscenes, all of that now is 60 FPS. I haven't seen one single drop, and I've done a lot of tests with this game, like just crazy explosions at once, a lot of enemies at once, a lot of shooting, particle effects everywhere, no drops. It's been really awesome. So yeah, short video on this one, not too much to talk about. I'll leave a little gameplay for you guys to watch. Someone asked for this video. They're like, hey, can you talk a little bit more about The Last of Us 2? Because I did that Remembering The Last of Us video, and I'm like, all right, maybe I can do something. I don't know if the game's old enough to be like Remembering The Last of Us 2 from like a year and a half ago or whatever it's been. I don't know if I can make that video yet. If I can come up with something that's a little bit easier to talk about and a little more creative when it comes to The Last of Us 2, then I'll put that video out. I do have a review for The Last of Us 2 on my channel. I recommend you guys go and give that a look. I would greatly appreciate it. It is a very divisive response. I think it's just a very divisive game between not only the PlayStation community, because it's very divisive on there as well, just on the PlayStation community, but just in the gaming community in general, a very divisive game. And I would go and check out my review, and you guys can let me know what you think there. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. There will be more reviews in the future. You guys take care. Have a good one. Last of Us 2, 60 frames a second, game changer. Peace.
Elliot! No! blind motherfuckers make my skin crawl. Let's make sure the rest of the building's cleared out. We got some numbers here. What do you think? Any still moving? Nope.
You know what? I'm impressed with us.